morning. It is morning of day 2. It's a little bit overcast. However, the first thing that I've spotted this morning is that because we've got the river right here, it is flowing a little bit more, and that is exactly what everybody says we need. They reckon the reason why it switched off yesterday is because of the lack of flow. When they had all the big weights a week, 10 days ago, it was flowing. So it's going to be interesting today to see if that is actually going to affect the fishing. All my gear's done, I've mixed the ground bait. I'm just going to jump in the van now, grab some breakfast on the way to the draw, and I'll see you down at the tackle shop at 9:30, which is where we're going to be drawing for day 2 of competition. Tuesday morning, everyone's back to work today, so there's a little bit of traffic getting into Enniskillen. Just so you know where we are, that is the tackle shop there where we're drawing. Huge car park here, which is great for all the competitors, anyone using the shop. This is where the draw is, and if we pan round, there we go. That is Sligo Road, or the stretch known as. Got a little bit of a breeze blowing downstream today. I'm not sure if these pegs are in our competition, but there are pegs further down there. Just down here to the left on that green bit there. There will be some pegs there in this match, and opposite over there on the other bank before it goes under the bridge, over there on that bank there is what's known as Broad Meadow. But these are lovely stagings, these to fish off, aren't they? But yeah, it's definitely there's definitely a little bit more flow on it today, so we are expecting an improvement. But we're just a few minutes from the draw, and I'm going to have a short drive today to my section. All I need now is a peg that's going to give me half a chance. Morning. Morning. In we go again. Bag of dreams. 29. 29. Peg 29 Putura doesn't mean anything to me, except for I've just been told that it's a long walk to the peg. Well, I expected a longer walk. I guess that's because we're used to longer walks when people say a long walk back home. I was comparing it to Ferry Meadows or even Tamar, but that wasn't far at all. It was only about 12 pegs, something like that. But here I am, peg 29. Not much wind on it at all. The boat's just gone past. That's what those waves are. Very shallow close in here. From what I understand is they really struggled here yesterday. I think there was either 200 grams possibly on this peg, or one of these pegs here, and someone else had, I think, had 100 grams. So it wasn't a great area. The peg just there is the end peg. That's peg 30. I'm 29, and the low numbers are going back that way. So I'm going to tweak what I did yesterday. I'm just going to cut back. You know, there's no reason why we should expect a massive weight from here today based on recent form. So I'm going to get in the water, get set up. Well, it's just gone a little bit dark. We are 15 minutes from the start. As you can see, if you can just make out those white buildings right up there, that's where I actually was yesterday. That was the section where we were yesterday. So here is part of the section, and on the opposite bank over there is corner grade, and that's where I could have drawn. That's the other part of this section as well. Okay, simple as that. Just here we've got a channel, if you can see, where that goes through to another lock or another lake, as you can see there. So there are boats going in and out of there, so that's quite busy at the moment. But we're 50 minutes from the off. I'm all set up. We've got this lad's on the end peg now. There was an angler to his right, but he's not actually turned up, so that is an angler there. We've got another angler just here. Everyone's set up now, you know, it's just before the start. I'm going to go down a 2-line approach. Now, one thing that I have done today, I've spent even longer today looking for a line to fish. Now, yesterday I did that, as you know, but I've spent twice as much time today, a good 20 minutes looking for a spot. I'm going to fish in the deepest part of the swim, and that actually calculates, or it works out at 48 meters. That is in 9 seconds. So I've found out the deepest spot, which is 9 seconds, and it works out at 48 meters. So that's my main line, and I'm going to feed another line at 18 meters, and that took me a good 15 minutes to find somewhere to fish. I can't come any closer than that because it's too rocky. 18 meters, it's as good as anywhere. So they're the 2 lines that I'm going to be fishing, and I'm just going to feel my way into it just like we do, and hopefully there'll be a few fish there to respond. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, morning. Okay, so this is the peg 29. Down on a little beach. Dad's nice and comfortable there, really nice and comfortable. Usual setup, 2 side trays, okay, all my baits in there. Alright, selection of feeders, loads of different feeders, everyone knows that we constantly ring the changes. My ground bait's in here, just on that nice bracket that I don't use that often. That is it, just 3 rods set up. That's the swim, flat calm at the moment. And we've seen 1 or 2 fish topping. So it's just been a case of feel his way into it, and if there's more fish there than what we expect, then as always, we'll respond by feeding more. So now I'm just going to feed that 18 metre line. Decided I'm not going to bowl it in today. I bowled it in on that line yesterday. I just felt it wasn't accurate enough for how hard it's fished. So I'm going to feed it with a cage today. That's it, I'm going to get a hook length on that long rod and start on that long line. That's it, we beat the 100 grams that was off here yesterday.
Is that a rope or a hybrid?
Hybrid, that one.
Yeah.
Right, we're off the mark. It's 5th cast. Nest in, make sure. A roach. Look at that one, that's a nice fish. Looks like a little perch when I hooked it. Lovely fish. Yeah. Nice bonus, but that's very, very few bites. It's the first bite for ages. Well, we are at the halfway stage and it has been hard. However, we have caught a few fish. I think I've got about 6 fish now. 5 of them have come from that long line on the feeder, and the other one came first cast on that short line. I just decided just to have a cast with a bomb on that line, no feeder or anything, just in case. There was 1 or 2 fish there that were a bit cagey, and I managed to pick up a roach, and then that was it. I've not had another sign. So I've just come off that. I've just put another feeder full in, set it up, feeding it quite confidently that line with hemp and casters, and that's it. I've gone back long, first cast back long. I've just had a roach, and that's it. It hasn't moved again. It's fishing hard. The lad on the end peg to my left, he's really been struggling until the last 30 minutes. He spent 40 minutes. He started on the feeder. He spent 40 minutes on the waggler, and then he's gone back on his feeder, and he's had a run of 8 fish. So that rest has obviously helped. But I think at least 5 of those fish are actually hybrids. So they've certainly turned up there. He is on an MPEG. I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but that rest has obviously helped. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to increase the feed a little bit. I've been quite negative so far, because like I said at the beginning, we were fishing for a bite. But obviously albeit the feed, you know, he's catching on that peg, it's showing that there are a few fish feeding now. Whether they'll come to me or not, I don't know. So I'm just going to step up the feed a bit now, just be a little bit more aggressive, and hopefully they might move up to me. Up to my right, they're catching a few fish. I don't think they're catching big fish, but Michael, who is, I think he's 3 pegs to my right, he's been catching fish, small fish, but it's not been easy. But I think there are a few fish there, so I'm just going to increase my feed now and keep dropping on that 18 metre line, just to see if some roach have turned up on that line in numbers. But yeah, it's halfway, and I think, you know, anything can happen in this final 2.5 hours.
I know, just chucked it in. As soon as it hit bottom, went round. That was it, out it blew. Hope he's not alone. Get that first chuck. First cast back on that short line. As soon as the feeder hit the bottom, straight round. First bite for an hour and a half. There's no pattern today.
Turn the leg, press the leg, go through, dead simple.
We've got the boaters and rowers now. I'm not quite sure that's going to help the fishing, but it's absolutely dead anyway. Cannot get a bite. It looks like that's it now. It's just done for the day. And in true Irish style, it started raining. Oh, I thought that was going to be a great big hybrid. Perch. First perch of the week. Yeah.
You're in there, sort of thing.
That's it. That's it. All over. A few cheers there for all the wrong reasons. Well, that's it. Unfortunately, it got worse and worse and worse. I've caught a few fish. I've done all right here, but certainly not the decent weight that we wanted to get us up the leaderboard. But that flurry of fish that he had on the end peg soon dried up. I don't even know if he caught after that. It was just that one window of about 30 minutes or so where he's put 8 fish in the net. I managed to get another hybrid, and then I've had a little little tiny perch in the last couple of minutes, and that's been about it. I've really mixed it up today, I'll be absolutely honest. I mixed it up in the sense that I've rang a lot of changes in that last hour, hour and a half, just to try and catch a single fish. So obviously it was hard. Never felt like some fish were going to turn up, so I couldn't see the point in piling loads of gear in. I've gone past my feed, I've cut back on the feed, I've had periods of activity. I've literally even gone on to 1 minute casts, because the hybrids that I've caught, the few hybrids that I've caught, have come straight away as soon as the feed is at the deck. And so I even tried that, and it's just been rubbish, terrible. I've had 2 fish on the short line, and both of those were the first visit on that line. So I think that says a lot, you know, the fact that, you know, I've rested it, gone on it, as soon as the bomb, well, in the first instance, a bomb, I've had a fish and then nothing. And then an hour later, I've gone on it again after a rest, and I've had one first cast again and then nothing. So that's it. Thankfully that rain wasn't as heavy as what we expected. But no, I don't honestly know how I could have caught more fish today from this peg. I'm not saying there isn't a way of catching more. There probably is, but I don't know what that would be. But I've done all right here. I've done all right where I am. So I'm going to get some gear back to where I've got to load the barrow up. This is a bit of a barrow walk down here. Wait for the scales, and then I'm going to head back. I've got really nice hot pepperoni pizza for tea tonight. I'm really looking forward to that with Dad. And I'll have a few more hook lengths to tie up again. And just look forward to tomorrow, when tomorrow is going to be day 3, which is where the section we're going to is either going to be Killardees, which I'm quite familiar with, I've fished there, and the other one is Boar Island. I don't know anything about that, I don't even know where it is. So I'm going to get some gear packed away, and it'll be interesting to see what they weigh. $3 kilo.
Wants to shut the gate, whoever it is.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's it. The end peg's beat me. He's done well. He's had 3 kilos 800. That 40-minute spell that he's had, that's been it. He hasn't had a fish since then. So that 40-minute window in the middle of the match, that's when he's caught. He's had all his fish. Unbelievable. I was hoping I was going to get on the edge of that run, but they never came to me. So I've ended up with exactly 3 kilos. So again, that's put me second in this section, same as yesterday. It's not more than that you can do, you know. When 3 kilos are winning your section, you know, you can't expect to be getting 10 and 15 kilos that you'd like to get. So the rain's here now. Got quite a long walk back up there now, back to the van and stuff. So just going to get back as quick as we can, get back to the D's, reset, recharge, and get ready to go again tomorrow.